Hey guys, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. Today I'm going to be talking about Walmart exclusive vinyl releases. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you go check all those out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for our merch page. There's also links for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist that we put together every week. And there's also a link for the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. Right off the top, I do want to say there's a couple of myths around Walmart exclusive releases that I just kind of need to talk about real quick. First off, yes, they are exclusive, but they're not limited edition. I don't think there's been very few Walmart releases over the last few years that have been really kind of hard to find and haven't been reissued down the line at some point. Yes, there were a couple of those Metallica releases that were hard to get initially, but within the next 6 or 10 months after release, they were reissued again. So a lot of Walmart does tend to kind of restock a lot of these things multiple times. So yes, they are exclusively sold to Walmart or exclusively sold through Walmart, but they aren't limited edition releases. Also, I've seen a lot of questions about whether or not Walmart exclusive releases are censored, because a lot of times, especially like back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Walmart, at least with their CDs, pretty much only sold, they didn't sell anything that had a parental advisory sticker on it. So a lot of the CDs that they sold back then were all censored. I will say that of the probably two dozen or more exclusive releases I've got from Walmart, there's only been one that's been censored, and that was censored from the label. I think it was, even when it was originally released on CD back in the early to mid part of the 2000s, it was censored even then. So that wasn't a Walmart thing. That's a band or label thing with that release in particular. Also, there seems to be this belief out there that Walmart has a pressing plant somewhere and is pressing their own albums, because I every time I see a Walmart exclusive get posted on social media, there's always, why would you buy something that, Walmart doesn't know how to press records? These are all pressed at standard pressing plants. All the Walmart exclusive Metallica albums that come out over the last couple of years, those are all pressed at Metallica's pressing plant. Walmart does not have a pressing plant. They're just kind of getting in line and getting whatever the most recent reissue is, and getting a color variant printed most of the time. So, Walmart is not pressing their own albums. These are coming from the same pressing plants as the standard releases do. And I'm sure there's some of you out there thinking, well, here's this guy talking about Walmart exclusive releases, records sold only at Walmart, while he's wearing a t-shirt for a small independent record store. How can you support both of those? And I've talked about that before. What Walmart does and what your local independent record store do are two very separate things, and they serve, very different populations. And there are lots of people in this country that don't have a local record store anywhere close to them. The only thing that they have in person is Walmart a lot of times, or Amazon. But I think Walmart is they serve kind of a purpose, and almost as a feeder system to your local record store. A lot of the stuff you buy at Walmart is not going to be, your hard to find albums. You're not going to find that kind of stuff like that. So I think Walmart serves a purpose as being this like entry point into record collecting for a lot of people that eventually lead them to your local record store. So that's how I can kind of support both of those different entities. One of the things that I really like what Walmart has been doing lately with their exclusive releases, and as far as like Walmart exclusive releases, I remember like the first one I bought was Stone Temple Pilots Core exclusive, that was probably 2018, I think. Late 2018, might have been early 2019, was like the first time I bought any of the Walmart exclusive releases. So over the last several years, I've got at least 2 dozen of these releases, and a good chunk of those I have standard releases of also. But what I kind of like what Walmart's been doing is they've been releasing like collections from bands. I know they've done all of the Metallica albums. They've done a good chunk of the Led Zeppelin albums. They've done releases for the Eagles. So they've done a bunch of several different bands. I know Billy Joel was another one that they did. A good chunk. Whether it is 3, 4, 5, 6 releases from a particular artist. And I kind of like the way they've done that. They're kind of not only introducing some people to these artists, but they're introducing bigger chunks of their collection to them also. And I think the first one that I remember them doing were the Metallica releases last year. I did get the they did another series this year where they did like the last half of the Metallica releases. Like I said, all these Metallica releases, I was able to peel the hype sticker off this one, but all these Metallica releases, they're all pressed at Metallica's plant. They all sound great. I do have standard black versions of all these. I've got just the regular, whatever the most recent reissue is, and I actually have a couple of older pressings of their earlier albums. But as far as these Metallica releases go, and that's kind of the other question about these Walmart releases, is how do they sound compared to whatever the standard reissue is. And these sound no different than what I've got previously. So this was the load. Like I said, they did the half of the Metallica series last year, then the other half this year. But it's, as far as the quality goes, it is the same quality as what you're getting from other standard reissues. Walmart has kind of started drifting off and doing some, I don't want to say lesser known titles, but great albums that maybe a lot of people in their stores don't think of right off the top of your head. I see a lot of younger people in Walmart stores looking at, the standard kind of pop albums, whether it is Justin Bieber or Lizzo, whoever it is. So that's why I was really kind of surprised when I saw that they were going to do Holy Diver by Dio. This is one of the few Walmart exclusives that I don't have a standard reissue of. And there was a colored version that was released when Holy Diver was reissued earlier, whatever it was, just a month or two back that it was reissued this year. But the Holy Diver is a great album. A lot of people have been looking for Holy Diver for a long time. It's been out of print for the last couple of years. I want to say it's been like 10 years since there's been a U.S. pressing of this. The last couple of reissues that they did of Holy Diver were pressed over in Europe, so they weren't as widely available here in the U.S. So, like I said, there was a standard reissue of this, but it was kind of cool to see Walmart do this also. And it did this really cool like swirl color. I don't know if you can see it really well in the camera there, but it's a great color. So you're not getting just, Walmart exclusives aren't just a standard flat, red or translucent yellow, whatever it is. They are doing some kind of different variants with their exclusive releases also. As someone that's been a big Green Day fan for a long time, when I heard that Walmart was going to release an exclusive series of albums for Green Day, I was really interested to see what albums they were going to pick. Of course, there were some great ones over the career. And the first one, so I guess that I kind of figured that they were going to do some kind of greatest hits collection. There's two of them that Green Day has. This one that they decided to do, this is International Super Hits. And this was released, I think it was like 2001 when this came out. And the cool thing is about this album when it was released was it was also released with a DVD called International Super Videos, I think is what it was called. And it was just all of Green Day's music videos from the beginning of their career. So it was really kind of cool to, in the days before YouTube or whatever, or really, I guess we had the internet then, but it wasn't quite the same as it is now. You didn't have all this kind of stuff. It wasn't as easy to find music videos online, so it was always kind of cool to pop the DVD in and kind of watch a bunch of great Green Day videos. When this album first came out, it was originally available on vinyl, but I think it was a super limited run. So this is the first time it's been available since it was first released. So definitely cool. It's definitely one I wanted to grab, and this is on pink vinyl. It's just a solid, it's translucent, but it's just there's no like really variations in the color at all or anything. But it's cool, just a good looking, great sounding album. Of course, I knew that there was no way that Walmart could do a series of Green Day releases without including Dookie in that also. I was really interested to see what color they were going to pick for it. And they did this like aqua blue kind of color, which matches the sky pretty good. Dookie is an album that I've got two copies of this album already. I've got a 2008 pressing, and I think the other one is a 2017 pressing. Both of them sound really great. The 2008 version sounds better to me than the 2017 pressing. Dookie is an album that ever since it was first released, people have really kind of complained about reissues of this album sounding terrible, and I haven't had that experience. Original pressings of this album, you can get them. They go for about $400 or $500 online, which is just way too much money for me to spend for an album. So even though from everyone I've heard from, they rave about the original pressing. The 2008 sounds great. I have spun this once. It does sound equally as good as that 2008 pressing. So I'm really happy with that. For everyone out there that says, "Oh, you have to have an original pressing to listen to," I'm fine listening to this. There's just no way I can ever spend $400 or $500 on a single album, even as much as I do love this album. Like I said, this sounds great. The 2008 sounds great, and the CD I picked up, at Goodwill was, I think I paid $3 for it. That sounds equally as great also. So I'm happy with all those. I'm happy that people do have those original pressings out there. I will say the one thing about this album that I wish they would have done was I wish they would have gone back to the original back of the album, because on original pressings or first pressings and early runs of the CD, there's Ernie from Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street on the back cover of this album. So I kind of wish they would have done that, just kind of, a nod to that original pressing or those early pressings would have been kind of cool. Like I said, this is on a... They call it aqua blue. It's just kind of a straightforward kind of sky-looking blue. Looks cool. Like I said, it sounds great. Like I've compared this to my 2008 pressing. Both of them sound fantastic to me. And then the third and final Green Day album that they released. This is American Idiot, and this is on red vinyl, as you can see in the hype sticker there. I was able to pull the hype stickers off of these and put them on my outer sleeves here, but I do have I think it was a 2012, repress of American Idiot, which sounds great. I compared this to that pressing I have. Both of them sound great. And that's the one thing I can say about all these Walmart releases that I've got. They all sound fantastic. The only thing that I've had an issue with was a soundtrack, which soundtracks aren't that, they're not known for having great sound quality in the first place. So I'm not really all that surprised with them. But as far as these Walmart releases, they sound great. And then this is on. I kind of wish it would have done a translucent red. I think we'll have had a little bit better of a look to it. But I'm always a bigger fan of translucent colors than I am solid. But it looks good. It sounds great. I guess that's really all that matters. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys bought any of these, Green Day releases or any of the other releases I talked about? Or, what do you guys think about Walmart albums or Walmart exclusive releases? I know there's a bunch of people out there that, just aren't fans of them, refuse to buy anything Walmart. But, I get that. But I think people are missing out on some great sounding albums. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.